Education. How can you advocate for your child? What are some tips I can give you? That's what this little video clip is all about. Tips I can give you so that you don't have to hire someone to help you. First of all, an IEP is designed as an individual education plan, IEP. This plan is to be created by a team, and you are part of that team. Now, if you're going to your IEP team meetings and you're not feeling like you're part of the team, and you're hearing things like, well, the team thinks this, that, or the other, and you're sitting there saying to yourself, oh, I don't like that idea, that's not what I decided, then you know you're not being included in the team, and that's an issue. Goals. IEPs need to have goals, and the goals need to be obtainable. So one way to know if the goals are accurate, if they're good goals, is to look back on 2 years of your IEPs. And what I want you to do is I want you to look at each page where there's a goal, and I want you to see whether or not it was met. Now, if some school districts, they've got this down. And so what they do is they don't even give you that information. At your next IEP meeting at the beginning, they may have a paragraph on the first page that says the way things are now. Don't let that trick you. You need to say to them, did he meet his goals? Let me see last year's goals. I need to know if you met them. If they can't give you that answer, you've got a problem. Now, if you do have that information and you see that half the goals were not met, you have a problem. If you see that all the goals were met, they're doing good. Or maybe the goals need to be a little more. If you only have 1 or 2 goals, and you've got a kid with a lot of issues, there's a problem. You need more goals than that. Don't let the school district tell you that there is only this box of services and programs. Special education is individualized. Working with families over the years, I've seen really creative plans. One, for example, the student is in junior high, high school where they're changing classes, but this student really is not up to the grade level of his peers. But his parents would like him to be out there and have fun with his peers. So one thing that we did for that student was we had 1 period a day with a special ed instructor in the library. And then we had 2 periods in an environment that was much like a study hall with a teacher and an assistant to help with the work. So that was 3 periods of his day. 4th period was an elective that he could be in without that his disability didn't matter. PE, for example, art. The next period was also an elective, similar. But the core subjects were done in that period with the teacher and the 2 supportive periods in the study hall. Another example of a creative program. Now this one came, I'm going to be honest, after a trial, okay, that we won a few years back. And so it wasn't something that happened easy. However, what I'm trying to say to you is there are so many ways in which a child's needs can be met. This little boy had severe autism, and any classroom he was in, whether it was a small special ed class or a tiny little room with a 1-to-1 aide, he just did not progress. That's the key here, is progression, not stagnancy, not staying the same, but progression. So in the end, he had tried so many programs. He had PICA, and he would eat the chairs, and it was just a very dramatic situation. In the end, the school district was required to provide him a home teacher with special ed credential and an aide 6 hours a day in his home. That's extreme. Let's say that you're a little concerned and you're listening to this video because you aren't really sure if you need help. So you sit down and you look at your IEP and you realize that at the beginning of the year, they were supposed to take your child out for an hour to do some kind of service. And 6 weeks have gone into the school year and nothing has happened. That service isn't happening. What do? You call for an IEP team meeting and you point it out. And you ask for compensation. It's owed to your child. Whatever that, if it was an hour a day for 6 weeks and it's that many hours, they owe you. They can give that time to you in a paid private tutor. Lots of other ways. Be creative. When you're working with your IEP team, often you're going to feel like they know the rules and you don't. I'm going to give you a place to go to learn. Rightslaw.com. WRIGHT. Rights, law.com. Pete Wright. He's an attorney and his specialty is special education. He offers clinics. He offers workshops that you, the parent, can go to. He offers on his website amazing books that you can purchase. I own all of them and they gave me what I need to know. He even has a place on his website on how to cross-examine a witness if you're in a trial. Now, I know you as parents may not want to have to go that far. You may want to have to ask myself or another professional to do that for you. But his website gives you a wealth of information. I encourage you to go onto that website and check it out. If you have any questions about your IEP, it's always a good thing to check it out, because if you have a question, someone like me may have 10 or 15 concerns. In our agency, we're more than happy to examine your IEP and tell you what we think. And if you truly need services that you need to pay for, we'll let you know. Otherwise, my goal and my agency strives to equip you, the parent, to do this yourself, at least through the IEP process. If you need to go to mediation and to trial hearing, we're here. But we're more than glad to give you some free advice and point you in the right direction. And if that doesn't work, we're here to take it on to due process. I hope these tips help you, and I look forward to meeting you if you need more help.